Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn with Love. Today we are going to learn to write an autobiography, not of our own but of an inanimate object, that means a non-living thing. Come, let's learn with love. First, let's learn the difference between an autobiography and a biography. If a person writes his own life story, then it's an autobiography. But if the story of one person is written by another person, then it's called a biography. Many famous people like Nelson Mandela, Dr. Abdul Kalam, Mahatma Gandhi, Barack Obama, Sachin Tendulkar, Pandit Nehru, and many more have written their autobiography. But the life of Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple Computers, was written by Walter Isaacson. So this is a biography. Autobiography of an inanimate object is a piece of writing in which an object tells its story. We try to put ourselves in the place of an object and tell its story from its perspective. We could choose any object for this exercise: a book, a toy, a table, an egg, a pen, a house, anything. Look at this pen. If it could talk and tell us its life story, what would it tell us? That's what writing an autobiography of an inanimate object is all about. Using our imagination and following a small set of rules could help us get very good grades in this part. Let's discuss the format. As you would do with most written pieces, start with a title so that the readers would know what they are going to read about. So this part is very important. Write in paragraphs instead of writing in a passage. You could divide it into an introduction, progress of events, and conclusion. The next important factor is always write in the first person. Only then it will look as if the object itself is writing its story. So use the first person pronouns like I and me while narrating the story. Also, using a simple language would make it more interesting to the readers. And always write in past tense, since autobiography itself is writing about past events. Now let's see some tips that could help us improve our writing. First, give your object a name. If you are going to write an autobiography of a pen, you could start like I am Reynolds Jeter Aerosoft pen. Giving your object a name helps the readers connect with the character and the story better. Describe the object in detail. Write in detail about the object's appearance and its characteristics and be logical. For example, when you are writing about your pen, you must not write that it likes ice cream because pens don't eat, right? But you can write that it likes only Camlin ink. Try to keep a little bit of logic in your writing. Try to write about its past and present. Describe how it was before and how it had changed with time. You can also write about how situations have changed for it. I found this perfect example in a website called Art Educational Services. It is an autobiography of a pair of shoes. Look, a suitable title is given and the content is divided into paragraphs. Let's read the example and analyze it. Autobiography of a pair of shoes. Many hands and machines worked on me and gave me a shape in a factory until finally I was ready to be showcased on 13th December 2011. I'm a pair of Nike shoes. As soon as I was born, I was neatly packed in a box and sent to a shop named Elite in New Market in Calcutta. Children, this is the first and introductory passage of this piece of writing. In this paragraph, the object, the pair of shoes, describes who it is and how it was made. I have highlighted the verbs in red color. Note that the entire passage is written in the past tense. I was the most handsome and expensive pair in the rack. The ladies' footwear used to eye me and talk about me. No one could buy me because I was very expensive. One day, a superstar came and bought me. He used to wear me to all the parties. I must say, he was the best dancer in the city. I loved dancing along with the ladies' footwear. But one day, while drinking coffee, he mistakenly spilled some on me. Just then he wiped me, sure. But since then, he just left me on his shoe rack. After that, he never put me on. Notice children, throughout the passage, first person pronouns I and me are used. I have highlighted these for you. The detailed description of the shoe's appearance, that it was very handsome and its personality, that it enjoyed being admired and liked dancing, especially with the ladies' shoes. These help us, the readers, form a mental picture. And the happenings mentioned in the passage are also very logical as we discussed. Since it is a shoe, it is only natural that it would like to dance. Finally, one day, he got rid of all his used but not old shoes, and I was one of them. This time, I was given away to one ordinary man who used to wear me everywhere, to his office, gym, shops. He did not have any other pair, so he always walked with me even on dirty roads and mud puddles. But unfortunately, he never danced. One day, I was torn apart and my stitches opened up. He went to the cobbler to mend me, but he said, "These shoes cannot be repaired anymore." So he had no other choice but throw me away, and so he did. Children, this passage describes the journey of its life, how it was a much admired shoe in the past and how it had come to the streets in the passage of time. The story is also very interesting because it has been written in a very simple English. After many days, a beggar picked me up and somehow managed to put me together with strings. I did not want to stay with him, but he might not have thought like me. He always treated me with love and care, and I think he loves me for the sake of me. So he still wears me, though I look extremely worn out. The pair of shoes talks of its experience. It talks about its feelings, the difficulties it had gone through in life, and how those difficulties gave it a completely different perspective in life. Overall, it's a beautiful piece of writing which brings out a beautiful moral that we should not judge people by appearance and that a rich heart might be under a poor coat. Children, with this style of writing, we could not only tell a fun little story with an interesting twist, but even discuss some very serious matters. For example, if you choose to write the autobiography of a plastic bag, you could write about how it was manufactured, how it was used only once and was carelessly disposed, and how it ended up in a sea, choking a baby turtle to death, all from the perspective of the bag. Thus, serious subjects like pollution, waste management, recycling, conservation of marine animals would have been discussed in your piece of writing. We have come to the end of the class. Let's wind it up with a quick recap of the important points. Give your passage an appropriate title. Write in the past tense. Use first person pronouns to narrate the incidents. There are no hard and fast rules, children. Keep the language simple. Use the tips you learned today. Let your imagination run wild. Practice a lot and you will get there. We have come to the end of the class. I hope it was useful to you and you enjoyed it. Let's meet again in the next class. Until then, remember this. I love you all. Bye bye.